Reconnecting. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time. Really, really loved this movie. Watched it last night, and man, it made me think about so much about my own life. I'm about to turn 33 years old, and I feel like the movie kind of made me feel like, at this stage in life, we're too old to not, I mean, we're too young to not restart and refresh and think about ourselves. We're also too young to still be living like we're in our 20s and explore
Right.
these big themes of life. And so I want to start really, obviously this question is going to be from both of you, but Michael, writing this movie and directing it and putting it all together, obviously I'm sure you drew from a lot of personal inspiration from it. So what about this phase in life did you feel made you want to tell this story on screen? And then for Michael Cera, when you read the script, looking at Glenn, did you feel that connection and understand the journey that he was going on?
Right. Yeah, I would say, because Chris Smith and I started writing this 10 years ago. And when we started writing it, it was just about two guys hanging out. And so we did not intend to write a story about parenthood or about this phase of life, really. As the story and as the characters developed and as we matured as people, the stakes were naturally raised. And so by the time we were able to make this movie, it was really like prescient when we wrote it, I guess, because we couldn't have even tried to write something so on the nose as to what we were actually going through. And so, yeah, in the sense, like, then making the movie was really cathartic, but it started as just a hypothetical.
It's kind of the same for me because when I first read the movie and was sent it from Mike, I was not a father, and that started happening, like over the next few years and over the years when we were pushing this movie along into development and ultimately getting it made. So it's kind of amazing how everything folded into the movie, and the movie, the things that the characters were going through, it became our lives.
Yeah.
In a way that, you couldn't have played it the same, couldn't have understood it the same, having not gone through that.
Right. Yeah. And I totally can understand that. And that definitely comes through in the film. The catharsis is an interesting thing that you bring up there, Michael. But also, one of the scenes I loved in the movie, I love this scene so much because it's the scene where y'all are doing the wrestling in the wrestling ring. I'm a big wrestling fan. AJ Mendez, who's wonderful in the movie,
Yeah.
obviously has a pro wrestling background, wonderful
Yeah.
writer as well.
Yeah.
To me, that scene was emblematic of this quote that I love, which is take me away to where I had a kid's innocence, because in a sense, that's what I've been missing ever since. And it's
Mm.
just kind of letting go and being free in that moment. How much fun was that for the two of you just to play around and play wrestler for a second? And also, what did that scene mean to you individually?
I mean, that was such a fun sequence to shoot because it's really stylistically different from a lot of the scenes in the film.
Yeah.
And it's just the first time as the audience that you see why Ricky and Glenn are friends and that they still enjoy being around each other, and that, just physically and emotionally when they're together, they revert back to this age. And it's the first time we get to really see that age and see that kind of fun spirit come out. So, there was once a moment where, I mean, this is a side note, but I was thinking about cutting that scene in the film.
Really? Why?
It was a pacing thing. It was totally like, it's already a short movie, but I was like, is the film dragging here? And I was like, maybe thinking about it, cutting it earlier. And then we watched it with an audience, with the music, with that Smog song, and people freaked out. And I was like, of course, like, how would I ever? It's like the most important scene in the movie almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's very important to understanding these guys' friendship.
Yeah, well, I mean, the movie was great. I really loved it. It spoke to me. So I thank y'all for your time today. And
Thanks,
really,
man.
again,
Thank you.
congratulations on a great movie.
Thanks
a lot.
so much, man.